Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be the first of a two-part reading. This first part, we will be qualifying your cards according to the Astroflower, the qualities and the elements within your flower on each petal. We will be doing all 10 petals. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, please go down in the description below and you will find links that will take you to a lot of information about the Astroflower. Also, you'll find a copy of your Astroflower in the description below. So, if I remember rightly, last week, you guys had a bit of a torrid time and you seem to be coming out of it over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I was really happy about how it could progress onwards. Are you doing it? This is the question. It seems to have come to a head this week. Everything seems to be coming to a head this week. And you're trying to keep yourself, the visions clear of how you could do this sort of stuff. Yeah. Here is how the universe is trying to influence you. This is your karmic path, or this is how the universe is trying to influence your karmic path. This is how your guides are trying to help manifest your karmic path. These are the guides of how it's trying to help you with that conversation that is within you. This is how you're confronting the life at the moment and the material world, or not necessarily the material world, in the here and now. But this is what is within you. The High Priestess. Keeping those visions. It didn't come on as quickly as I thought it would, but there is definite signs that it's come to the surface and it's going to burst and allow you to really start building on a brighter future. So let's just take this is your spiritual sort of side and this is your physical sort of side, material sort of side. Let's just take your spiritual side, because that seems to be, well, both sides seem to be pretty interesting, to be honest. The universe is trying, with that Ace of Cups there, trying to influence you to actually start living with your heart. Start that journey of allowing your heart to be the dictator in this whole sort of situation. And your karmic path is working towards security, emotional and spiritual security within your path. It doesn't seem to be the case at the moment of having all the abundance of the 10 of Pentacles on your karmic path. This is what you're building towards. And the universe is trying to sort of say, with that Ace of Cups, lead with your heart so you can get those abundance. But, and we can see in this midsection here, let me just show you that midsection here where you've got that mutable earth coming in and that card and that fixed earth coming in, a lot of earth going in there, and you do have a lot of earth in your sign, more earth than water actually, which is funnily enough. But it mixes with the fire and the passions of how to do things, or how morally things should be done, sticking up for people, defending the right, as it were. And that may have got you in that little bit of hot bother, little bit of hot trouble in the hot water in the past. And it seems to be that your guides are sort of saying, because decisions haven't actually been made and put into action, there's still conflictual sort of situations of trying to create stability and security within your path with that 10 of Pentacles. And that's what that 5 of Wands is saying there, that there's trying to put your karmic path in place, but there is still competition or conflict within your mind or within your being that doesn't seem to be totally clear. And that is where the High Priestess comes in. That inner vision that you do have within you that you can't see in your third eye. It's something that we feel more than anything else, has got to come to the surface. And in order to do that, this is the outcome, because the other guides are sort of saying this is moving on fast, this is coming on fast, this is the conversation that's going on your spiritual and emotional front, and they say things are changing fast, got to move in, got to get in there, got to go on a mission. You may have to walk away from things, and it may seem like on the surface that you're losing something, but actually when you walk away from something, you'll realize that it's causing you a lot less it's not poisoning your life as much. So someone may appear that they've won a moral victory or something against you, but it's better to lose than win in this situation by walking away, because you need to concentrate on this lower section here. So that's that spiritual sort of path that's leading up to that. And at some point in this week, I think you're going to have to, and we've got this on the other side with the Eight of Cups. She is walking away from that cup that's in the middle, and she's walking towards sunshine, happiness. Walking away from something that might have served you and might have created happiness in the past, but doesn't create it anymore. And you got to keep that inner vision. And in order to walk away from that, you've got to maybe stop a little bit of conflict. And it may be a bit of a headache with you socially, with friends and family and stuff like that. But it's probably a good idea that you stop getting involved in any sort of conflictual sort of things. And maybe this is what this Five of Wands is all about. That they're sort of saying, don't get involved in it. You know, really don't get involved in it. Because this this Ace of Cups is surrounded by cardinal earth and cardinal air. It's a very clear thinking of how things should be. That's what the universe is trying to sort of bring to you. And it will bring you stability, because that's what apparently your pathway is. On your physical and your material side of life, the universe is bringing in the Hierophant, understanding. You've ascended master. You know how to do things in the physical world if you apply yourself, and if you apply what you've learned in the past to allow your dreams to actually turn into reality, or your wishes to turn into reality. I don't know if you can hear the wind. We've been having some serious storms. This is why the readings have all been a little bit late this week. We've had some serious storms out here, and in the UK, it's been very, very quite horrific. But anyway, back to you, Aries. On your karmic path, you have the Queen of Swords. And here you have fixed earth and fixed fire. So continual passion going forward, but having that clear vision of what you want out of life in the physical world will marry the spiritual side as well. So you'll be able to, if you keep that clear thinking and that sort of running through, I think you're going to provide yourself with opportunities in the future which will be very good for you in the long term. You can't quite see round the corner because of that moon energy, and maybe it's a case that people around you are not being completely and utterly clear, and that's when you have to apply the Hierophant, who is almost like a religious figure with rules and regulations in it. That pathway of understanding is straight as a die. It doesn't meander around like the Hermit. And you may find that people around you may be meandering around and not being completely and utterly straight, as it were. And your guides are sort of saying, don't react to things that you can't fully see clearly. If you react to things that you don't understand the full capacity of, it's going to cause you problems like on the Five of Swords. So maybe you just need to learn to walk away from it. And that's what they're trying to do on that mental side of life. They're trying to say to you, look, just walk away a bit. At the base of this petal, you've got, again, that fixed fire and that fixed earth, which is a recurring theme through this part of your flower. But above it, you have that cardinal water of your good self and mutable air. So when you work in the physical world, you need it to be emotionally fulfilling for you, but it needs a little bit of mental stimulation of how to work it out. And you do have at the base of this petal here, fixed fire with mutable air. So there is, when you do things, you're pretty passionate about it. You don't tend to do things at half cop, as it were. You tend to do things full on, and that may be that conflict in the Five of Swords. And it's a case of probably walking away from conflict in order to really create stability and security within your life. It'd be interesting to see how it plays out with all the elements from the sun, and you'll see that on Cymatic TV to do with filament energies, coronal holes, solar flares, and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's sort of seen how that sort of played out in the next coming week. I've got a funny feeling that you're dithering a bit, maybe. That could well be it, and that's you're delaying a decision. And I wouldn't delay it any further. If you've got decisions to make, I would make it and just move on. Yeah? Okay? So there you go, Cancer. That's been your first part of your reading. We are going to be qualifying the cards with the little pack, and you've already got the Chariot that's coming in. It's going to be going quickly. So I will see you in part 2. Don't forget, in the meantime, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.